Hi buddies, welcome back to my channel. It is Miss March. I am so happy to have you today with me. In today's video, we are going to do a mix of a couple of things. I have some new products that I bought that have been making the rounds on social media, so I thought we could try them out. So we're gonna get ready together. As you can see, I'm wearing no makeup. I do have all the other stuff, so like all my freshly cleansed face and my moisturizer and all that. And then we're gonna try the new products. And then I'm gonna go for like a kind of like a low-key look, in the sense that, this is just like a basic look, not full on makeup. We're not contouring. We're just doing like a simple face for like a day where I use a lot of these products when I travel because it's gonna be mainly powders. But yeah, just that kind of thing of just like couple of things you just put on and you're ready to go and you feel more put together. One thing is, I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, we'll be fine. We'll go through it together. If I remember it, I remember it. And yeah, let's get started. I'm just gonna pin my hair a little bit so it gets a little bit out of the way, but because I'm not doing a liquid, I'm not as worried. I'm looking at myself in the camera, however I do have my mirror here and I have a mirror behind the camera so that we can get things done the way we need to do them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the primer, and the primer that we're going to test today is the NYX Marshmellow primer. This has been making the rounds on social media a lot. It's supposed to, I forgot my phone. Anyway, it's supposed to do like 10 things in one, like color correct and soothe and smooth and all that. We'll see. I tested it twice already. First the day I got it, and then this is the second time I record this video, so because I messed it up the first time. So I've tested it, so I have a few thoughts already, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So first thing I want to mention is the way it smells. Now, you know me, you know that scents are interesting to me. So it is very, very scented. It smells like marshmallows. It reminds me, whenever I go see my grandma's in Argentina, I have to bring one of them a bag of marshmallows because they're just not as easy to find over there. And this is what my bag smells like at the moment I arrive in Argentina, from that bag of marshmallows. So if you do like marshmallows, you're gonna love this. If you're like me, you feel like it could be a little less strong. It has marshmallow root. But yeah, no, it's, I put on a mask and then my mask smelled like this. But if you like the smell, that's great. So we're gonna put it on. It's sort of like a creamy kind of thing. So I'm gonna start with my biggest problem areas and then just go from there. So I'm gonna start at for me, it's like, my nose, and then like the side of the nose. I have a hard time, like, what's the name of this? Because like for me, like, this is a cheek. When we talk about the T-zone, when I was a teen, this was the T-zone. So I don't know what this is called, but like, it's a very problematic area for me. Okay. And I'm just gonna go and just put a little bit more on the other side, on the forehead, pressing it a little bit in. So, original thoughts. Now, I look a little bit red right now because I have been like touching my face. I smell like a marshmallow, but I'm just gonna grab the my little mirror. So thoughts I have is, I think it does a nice job of like giving you that like soft focus look that you might want in a primer. It doesn't do wonders. It is a primer, but it does help to kind of like put a bit of a layer on top of your face where like some things are not as noticeable. You can still see some of my texture, you can still see, a difference in color, but I do feel like it's better than it was before. One thing I'll say, it's very, very sticky, very tacky, which is actually great for a primer because you want it to like hold on to that foundation. This says that it's kind of like, it helps you keep your makeup for up to 16 hours. I don't think so. I don't think it will, but if it does, that's great. A lot of it depends on your own face. I know that for me, like, my foundation tends to break around my nose and my chin because like those are like oilier areas that I have. So, you know, I don't want to, I want to say that for me, probably it won't work, but it's fine. But I was saying it's pretty sticky and tacky, which is bodes well if you're going to put foundation on top. However, this says that you can use it with or without makeup. And I don't know if I would feel comfortable without makeup, just because it has that kind of like sticky feeling. I feel like there are other primers that won't give you that feeling, but will give you sort of that same similar effect. So for that, I'm gonna say I'm not sure, but it's fine. The smell is so strong. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. So next up, I'm gonna do another thing that I got. Oh, sorry, before I do that, I forgot. I got this one at my drugstore. Both of my drugstores around where I live had them. They were around $20. Here in Canada, any drugstore that has a NYX will have it. You can buy it also from NYX online. I'm sure that in the US it's a lot cheaper, but here it was 20 Canadian. Next up is a product that I have actually used in the past. When I first got into makeup, I actually had this, which is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. And this one is in the shade 160 Brightener. So when I first started doing makeup, I had this one, and then I had the concealer one, like just a concealer shade, my own sort of like face shade. And this is how I learned how to do concealer and how to do highlighting. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like on my hand. See, it's like a pinkish kind of thing. So this one is specifically made to go on your under eye to brighten it up. Again, I'm gonna go with the So as I said, this is not new. I've had it for like a long time, or like I had a similar one, and I found them the other day, but realized that they're like 7 years old. So I was like, I'm not gonna use it. And actually, when I went to the drugstore the other day, I hadn't been in a while, because I'm trying not to do a lot of stores and things like that. But I off this week, I'm not working, and I thought, hey, I'm just gonna, you know, go at a time when there's not a lot of people. And yeah, and just like walk the aisles and all that. And I saw that this one was on sale. I was like, let's fall in love again with this one, and I did. So I have a wet beauty blender. This time I remembered to get it, you know, to get it wet before I started recording. I'm just gonna tap that thing in. Okay. I think it was about $10 the 10 Canadian, right? This one. I'm sure that if you go to a Walmart, it will be cheaper. If you go to like Amazon or anything like that, it will be cheaper. The two pharmacies that I have close to me are very expensive. But I don't know if you can see that, like, there's a little bit more pop to my under eye, and you can see some of the shine there. I'm not gonna go with concealer. Sometimes I might, but I'm not gonna go with concealer for this because I want to show you the foundation. And I want to show you what the foundation does. So the foundation that we're going to use is the, I have to read this, Infallible up to 24 hours fresh wear foundation in a powder. It's this one. Again, it's been making the rounds on social media. Now, one thing I'm going to show you, what the powder looks like, and you're going to say, but Miss March, like, I've seen other YouTubers do this, and like, that powder looks much nicer. What happened to yours? Well, what happened to mine is that I, 2 minutes after I bought it, I dropped it on the floor. And that meant that the powder broke. So I got home, and you can probably see what used to be the shape of the powder. That was really pretty. So yeah, so my powder broke, and I got home. So I got home, and I had to put it back together. I have to cough. I'm sorry. There we go. So my powder broke, and I had to put it back together, which is very easy to do, and I'll tell you how to do it if you've never done it. So if you have a powder, any like not a loose powder, but like a compact that broke, what you want to do is you want to saturate the powder with rubbing alcohol. You can either do it by, like, you know, putting the alcohol in a spray bottle. Another way is to put like a little bit in a little bowl, and then just with a spoon go very slowly until like you feel it's properly saturated. In my case, I didn't have rubbing alcohol in a bottle, but I had alcohol swabs, you know, like the ones that diabetics would use to, you know, clean where they put the injections. I use them with the fake nails. So to, you know, to clean your nail before you put on fake nails. So I had to sort of like rinse those on top of the powder until it's saturated enough. And then you just push it back. So you saturate it, you just push it back in. And then once you've done that, you let it dry for 24 hours, and then your compact will be reconstituted. It will all be one thing again. So if you have any other compact that broke, you can always do that. Eyeshadows, primers, not primers, eyeshadows, bronzers, anything like that, you can do it. So in our case, we are going to do this one. I got the foundation in the shade True Beige. I think there were like 5 different shades. I had looked on Temptalia originally just to see if I could color match before buying it, and it suggested vanilla to me. However, I was lucky that the drugstore that I went to, or one of the ones that I went to, had the testers for the liquid foundation, so I was able to kind of like see a little bit like on my hand, knowing that I was gonna wash my hand the moment I left the store, so that's why I did it. COVID, you know, we want to be careful, but I was able to put both True Beige and vanilla on my hand. I noticed that vanilla was too pinky for what I needed, so I went with True Beige, which is again like a very common color for me. True Beige, medium beige, 50 shades of beige. The thing I did notice though is that at least where I live, they only had 5 shades. So there was like a fair, like a fair shade, vanilla, True Beige, and then maybe 2 darker colors. So I don't know what the shade range is for this. I know for the liquid one, they have a pretty decent shade range, but I'm not sure for this one what the shade range is. I can tell you that where I live, it wasn't huge. It was maybe 5 colors. Anyways, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it was about $20, this one. So I'm gonna go with this little brush. It does come with like a little, like, you know, like a little sponge, but we know this is not good. So I'm gonna go with a brush. This is a brush that I have from Bare Minerals. It probably came as a gift with something. What I like about this one and what I like about this, or like a kabuki brush, is that it's very firm. So for compact foundation, I tend to like something like this because I feel it grabs powder a bit more than something, I don't know, like this would. I think this is really good for loose powder, but I like this better for a compact foundation. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna use my mirror, but then I'm gonna look at you in a second. I have talked in another video that I'm actually a fan of powder foundations for like certain occasions. I feel like if I want to do a full face, I wouldn't. But if I'm just doing like just foundation just to even skin tone or something like that, I like how quickly and how like not messy a powder foundation is. You know, you just put it in, you don't have to like clean anything or use like any water to kind of like make it go better, which is what I usually have to do with my other types of foundation. I don't need to clean the brush is dry. So for traveling, for example, this is something that I really love. And also because again, it's super quick and it's easier to fix if there's any, or there's less, it is less fixing, I find, sometimes than a regular foundation. Okay. So as you can see, it has definitely evened out my skin tone. I'm looking at it on the camera and it looks great. I'm looking behind the camera to the mirror, it also looks great. When I look at my little mirror, it looks good. My little mirror. However, like you can see texture, like you can see the texture of my face because my face has texture. And I think a lot of like, if you saw it on TikTok, for example, it looked like people were like just smooth, and you know, TikTok has beauty mode, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm just saying, like, yes, if your skin has texture, this is a powder foundation, it's gonna show texture. It is what it is. But it's a texture that I can live with. Like, I'm not mad about it, and I do feel like it really evened my skin tone. And that for me, that's what I look for in a powder foundation, is something that will even out my skin tone. Because again, I'm not looking to do wonders on my face, I'm just looking to look decent for myself. So I have to say, I kind of like it. Is it better than other ones? Like, I know I've raved about the Bare Minerals one. I don't know, but you know, there is a price difference. Although here in Canada, not that big. So you have to choose, but actually I find that this, and again, like I bought, mine was $20. I'm sure that if you go to Walmart here in Canada or like something place like that, it will be a lot cheaper. My two drugstores are pretty expensive where I live. So yeah, I actually quite like it. I think that it's a pretty good product. It doesn't do miracles. You know, it's foundation, but it's actually pretty good. So I'm gonna get a little bit closer because I'm gonna do my eyes and the rest of my face, and then we're gonna come back. Actually, I'm gonna do them live. Not live, but you know what I mean. But the last product is the last product I bought, and the other ones are products I have, but I'll talk a little bit about how I do like that quick face. So for eyebrows, I always use whatever I'm using for eyebrows at that time. So in this case, I'm still doing the Winky Lux eyebrow pencil. Sorry, I need to look a little better. I so desperately need to do my eyebrows, but I've just been so lazy lately. Even though like I've been off this week, so I could have done my eyebrows then. But you know, we don't kind of. I also, as I said, this is the second time I record this video. Yesterday I used a different eyebrow pencil, and it was not good. It was really not good. Okay. So we'll do my eyebrows, you know, just to kind of define them and not crazy, like I don't need to do more than that, just to define them. And then for eyeshadow, when I do this, like when I do a very quick eye look or a very quick look in general, I love to do pencil shadows. So I have a few that I kind of go. I have some from Wet n Wild. I have some from NYX. I'll show you my favorite, which unfortunately you cannot get anymore. It is the Rimmel Magnifies, and it's so old that I cannot even like read the name. Like this one doesn't even have it. So my best friend from Argentina, my friend Jess, got me this a couple of years ago, and I used it and I loved it so much that I asked her to get me another one. And she actually got me this one and got me like another shade, which I haven't used as much. This one's the best one. I love it so much, and you can't replace it. So I've tried that. If you want something more expensive, you can try, this is from Nude Sticks. Let me see if you can show you. This is a set of 3 from Nude Sticks. So there's a few places where you can get them. I had gotten another final one from Forever 21 that I had read good reviews on. So really, there's all you can do. But I do like this combination because it has like a darker color and a lighter color. So what I do is I just do, yeah, just a regular eye with this. No primer, nothing. I just feel like, you know. And if you know me, you know that like I like to have more than one color. So I know that some people like use it like as a liner or something like that. I just do, you know, a lighter color on the inside, and I just go over like that. I made the same mistake yesterday. I know what's wrong with me. Okay. And then it's very easy to fix them because they're a crayon. And then what I do is I grab a crease brush, which I should have done before. I just grab a crease brush, and then I just kind of go over with that on the crease to kind of smooth out the edges and make it, I like to say that I make it a little more organic. And that, I mean, just like the sort of like where the eyeshadow starts and where the skin starts. There we go. So, you know, it's a simple eye, but it just like adds a little bit of pop to my eyes, making them a little bit bigger than otherwise they would be. And then I'm gonna go with a little bronzer. Do I have a bronzer brush? Yes. I'm gonna use this one, which is from Maybelline, just because like everything is drugstore. I don't use it as often. I was trying to remember where I got it, and I honestly couldn't. However, the city where I live, we have L'Oreal headquarters. Sorry, I need to do my. So we have the L'Oreal headquarters here, and every so twice a year they do a huge sale where they it's by invitation only, but it's easy to get an invitation, and they have this huge sale where you go and you can buy not only L'Oreal products, but anything like under the L'Oreal umbrella. So there's Maybelline, there's NYX, there's Urban Decay, Shiseido, so a ton of big brands too, Kerastase, Garnier, and you can just buy things heavily discounted. So I'm assuming that's where I got this one. So yeah, and I thought, you know, I would use something more drugstore. But yeah, I would go with a little bronzer, either this one. I have a very nice one from Bella Pierre that I got from Ipsy once, I still use. A little bit on the, I'm gonna do a little on the nose. But again, we're not trying to do a contour. I'm just trying to kind of like give some shape. And that's that. I'm just gonna like smooth it out a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to go with a little bit of highlighter. I love highlighter. I love it. And for highlighter, I'm using the Strobe Genius palette from NYX. This one was pricey, at least here in Canada it was pricey. NYX is a weird brand because like they're not as cheap as drugstore stuff, but they're also not Sephora expensive. Although now at Sephora you can find things that are cheaper than NYX. And so it's a very confusing thing. But I've had this one. This is my second one. I broke my first one out, of course. But you have like quite a few different colors, if I can open it. So what I like to do for my highlight is I like to mix these two colors. So the second to lightest, or second to like the middle one and the lightest one. This one is just a bit too dark for me, but it could be a nice bronzer color if you want to like a shimmery bronze. So I mix them up, and then again we do our little under eye. We do the nose. If you have small lips and you haven't discovered yet the benefits of like a little bit like on your upper lip, a little bit of highlighter on your upper lip, you might find that amazing out. Then the chin and the forehead, and then where's my, there we go. And then again, I would just like diffuse it a little bit. Yeah, just softening those lines. I'm not gonna put on blush because usually if I were to do this, I would just not put on blush. Blush. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do, I should have done this before. Oh, I did actually. We're gonna do, this is mascara. I always use the same mascara. Like I'm a loyal fan. So I do, this is Mr. Big or Missy Big. Missy Big. There's a new one from Maybelline, I think, that people are raving about. Maybe I'll give it a try. I always wonder like how much is it on the actual mascara and how much is it the brush. And I also one day I really want to try the mascara that sort of like encapsulates your eyelashes, because I touch my eyes so much. Anyway, so we've done most of our face, but we're gonna do the last product that I bought, which is, ta-da! So this is the Maybelline, Born to Hustle. I just realized that my ring light went off. Sorry about that. Hope it doesn't show. This is the Maybelline Shine Out Loud liquid lipstick and gloss. So it has a liquid lipstick here and it has a gloss over here. Again, this has been making the rounds on social media. It retails for $15 here, at least again where I live. Both places that I went, same price. I got mine in the shade Born to Hustle. I don't love the shade on me. I bought it. I was between this one and another one. I bought this one because it looked pinkier, which is what I like on my lipsticks. But it wasn't even pinky. It wasn't pink enough, I guess, for what I wanted or needed. It's fine. We're gonna work with it, and it's not NYX's fault. It's my fault. So we're gonna try it. So the way it works is that you start with the color, wait 90 minutes, wait 90 seconds, and then you put on your gloss. I did find, because I tried it before, it's a little bit drying, so I'm gonna put on some lip primer, and if you can condition your hair, like your lips, a little bit beforehand, that also helps. This is a lip primer from NYX, also gotten from that huge L'Oreal sale that I mentioned. Who knows? Maybe if we're able to, again, go to places. Oh, they did open last year. I thought it was very weird. But maybe one day I can even like go and tell them I'm a famous YouTuber. Like, can you record inside? Anyway, I'm gonna go with the color first. Okay. I really want to go in like the little like crevices of my lip, because that's where I saw there were issues the last time. So okay, sorry, I'm not talking, but you know, it's hard to do both at the same time. I messed up. Okay, so we're gonna wait 90 seconds. So as you can see, it's very orangey. It didn't look as orangey when I got it, unfortunately. But again, that's my fault. It's not NYX's. I decided to go with this color and not like a brighter color because I was afraid that it wouldn't make my mouth too small, because darker colors tend to do that, or that, you know, I would look too severe. So I wanted something more like airy and happy and things like that. So that's why I went with this one. There's a pinkier one. Maybe if I don't know, I may go and look at the pinkier one. I should have looked at the clock to know, but anyway, I'm gonna keep on waiting a little bit more. I'm gonna keep on talking. I don't know about what, but yeah. So there's a pinkier one. Maybe I'll get it. I wasn't totally in love with this one. Ooh, it's starting to feel like it's hardening. Yes. So I wasn't like super in love with it, but it's okay. I don't think 90 minutes have passed. 90 minutes. 90 seconds. Anyway, what products have you heard about that, you know, like are dying to try? It was kind of nice to be able to go and like peruse the aisles, which I haven't done in a while. So that was kind of nice, but you know, I was only able to do it because it was during the daytime and there were just not as many people in the pharmacy. I don't know if I would want to do it again. Okay, I think now we're good. So this is what it looks like dry. And then I'm gonna go with the gloss. Ooh, I did not do this properly. Okay. Okay, so the gloss makes it like a million times better. I want to do an honorable mention to the eye brightener, because I feel like it did a great job. But going back to the lips, so the gloss makes it a lot better. However, if you look close enough, you can see a lot of texture on my lips. You can see like the lines. If you have not exfoliated, you will see it. So I don't know, especially like once the gloss wears off, and how useful it's going to be or how pretty it looks. It is pretty transfer proof. I'm just gonna do it on my hand. And you can see, did it do it? Maybe? Yes. It is pretty transfer proof. You can see the gloss, but you don't really see the color. Although this is pretty light color. Oh, it's very sticky now. So the color is transfer proof, the gloss not so much. I actually put it on the other day and it lasted on my lips for a very long time. but you do need to reapply that gloss because otherwise it just looks like you have like really dry lips. So that's something to think about when you're kind of deciding. It didn't like, I've tried other products that were supposed to be transfer proof or make your lips transfer proof, and if they burned, this doesn't burn or anything like that. It's just that you feel it drying, and it's very dry, so you kind of have to keep applying the gloss. So I don't know what the rate of like using the color and the gloss would be. Maybe you would run out of gloss quite fast. So yeah, so this has been today's look with the products that we tried. I say all in all, this one is a win for me. I like it. This one, we have fallen in love again, and I recommend it. And also like just a regular concealer is actually pretty good. This one, I could take it or leave it. And then this one, I don't know, I think I'm not super in love with it. I'm gonna use this one, but I don't know if I would necessarily go and get another one. Anyway, that has been all for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. Hopefully the lighting was okay, and I will see you very soon in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.